on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
6:31 a.m. right here on your number one station for Talk 95.1 Nigeria Info FM Abuja. It's time to take a look at what the headlines are saying this morning. Let's dive right into that.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
This morning, we're taking a look at The Punch, The Vanguard, Daily Trust, The Nation, and This Day Live. Remember, these headlines are as published by these publishing houses and have no affiliations whatsoever to Nigeria Info FM. But you have the floor to call in and send your messages to react to any of these headlines as they tickle your fancy or not. Let's get started with the Punch newspapers this morning. On the front pages, fuel price hike, reps warn of unrest as FG Labour meeting deadlocked. Power grid collapse inevitable, says the federal government. Agbakoba writes National Assembly says EFCC unlawful organization. Months after 350 escapees from Suleja, Maiduguri prisons at large. Nigeria's high interest rate will stay for long, says the World Bank. Bureau de Change operator sues EFCC 1.2 billion naira. Naira weakens to 1,705 to the dollar. That's parallel market. NNPC still sold Dangote petrol buyer, says marketers. And finally, on the Punch, tears as Jigawa buries 153 tanker explosion victims. These and many more headlines you'd find on the Punch newspapers this morning.
And on the Daily Trust for today, still on the Jigawa petrol tanker explosion, unfortunate as it is, this headline says survivors share shocking stories as death toll mounts. Jigawa tanker inferno, grieving families recount incident as over 120 are buried. Nigerians not making noise about 1K per litre because they no longer rely fully on generator, says Power Minister. Police nab 5 suspects and recover charms and 101 ATM cards in Abuja. Huriwa upbraids Senator Achiru over claims against NDLEA and demands probe. Ward head son caught vandalizing transformer, flees community. NEDC debuts with inter-secondary school games in the Northeast. And 160 Ekiti secondary schools compete in Agbewa Cup. To more headlines on the Daily Trust. Man docked for beating wife. And to some sporting news, Messi never ceases to amaze Argentina boss, Scaloni says. We have this headline also that says Tinubu, Shetima's absence won't create leadership vacuum, says the presidency. House Sergeant raped teenage suspect inside Edo police station. Shetima heads for Sweden as Nigeria awaits Tinubu's return. Are reforms painful but necessary for growth, says Finance Minister. Those are the headlines we can take this morning on the Daily Trust. All right, on the Nation newspaper for today, we will be looking at these headlines. And, okay. Federal government offers 10 billion naira calm loan to facilitate CNG conversion. 100 Jigawa tanker explosion victims buried. Minimum wage. Lagos fixes 85,000 naira and Delta State 77,500 naira. Quite impressive, I must say. Foreign remittances surge to about 60 million US dollars. Federal government, labor meet over fuel price hike. NIMET DG, translation of meteorological and data empowers farmers. I'll take that again. NIMET DG, translation of meteorological data empowers farmers. No leadership vacuum, says the presidency. Economic decline has been arrested, says Bagudu. Van Vicker reflects as he marks 21st wedding anniversary with wife, and we'll stop at that on the Nation newspaper.
All right, now moving on to the Vanguard newspapers on the front pages. FG, Labour agree on how to crash transport fares, food prices. Illegal cocoa farmers destroying Ogun forest reserves, says timber dealers. Tragedy in Jigawa petrol tanker explosion kills 147. FG didn't apologize to Libya after maltreating NFF officials, players, says minister. Oil magnate Akinduro sues EFCC for unlawfully declaring him wanted. Reps want reduction in prices of petrol, cooking gas. Reps to Tinubu submit 2025 budget proposal without delay. Yoruba groups divided over Akintoye Igboho's call for breakup. Shetima to represent Tinubu in Sweden for bilateral talks. Minister Lokobiri directs regulatory authority to probe Jigawa tanker tragedy. And finally, on the Vanguard, Labour, FG, Mom after Parley, NLC, TUC in joint neck meeting. These and more stories you'd find on the Vanguard newspapers this morning.
All right, to wrap up this segment, we will be taking a look at the headlines on This Day Live newspaper. We start with this one that says Fubara assures Oando a friendly business climate to hit 100,000 barrels per day crude and 5 BCF gas target. Kayamo, NCAA DG sign IDERA circular document. I'll take that again. Kayamo, NCAA DG sign IDERA circular document. Constitution review. Agbakoba writes the National Assembly and says that EFCC is an unlawful organization. Idris charges Nigerians to rebrand the country and build on nation strength. Idris is the information minister, by the way. UNODC, 68% of inmates in custodial centers awaiting trial. Local Content Act, Ichakiri, Ijo, Ilaje graduates threaten shutdown of Chevron facilities in Delta and Ondo states. To more headlines now. There may be anarchy if hardship persists in Nigeria, says ex-minister Essien as he warns the government. Labour silent after parley with the federal government on fuel price hike. Ohaneze rejects plot to install Ohakim as President General. And to more headlines for this morning, Nigerian breweries rewards Nasarawa teacher 10 million naira. NBC leads manufacturing sector's push for policy to fast-track industrial reforms, and CJN laments number of pending cases, threatens sack on non-performing judges.
And those are the headlines this morning. You can do all to call in for your reactions. 0700-951-0000, 0809-597-4869. You can call in on WhatsApp as well. The phone lines are acting up right now. So if you can't reach us via the phone lines, you can call or send a message on WhatsApp to 080-999-30137. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning once again, Your Excellency Barrister Swat and Angel Gabrielle. I remember humble self, Abubakar Ali, aka Dan Ali Babang Ali. I'm calling from PW Kubo this morning. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you clearly.
Loud
Go
and
ahead.
clear.
All right. Please, the World Bank should leave us alone. The Vice President of the World Bank is an Indian. And India government subsidized 11 products, including electricity and fuel. He did not advise his own country, but he's coming here to advise us. You can see the hypocrisy of these people. You understand? He's not advising his own country. He knows the consequences of removing energy subsidy in India. He knows how mad these people will be, but he's here advising us. I don't know what's wrong with our own leaders. You cannot, anybody that is advising you, look at him. What is he doing? What is he doing in his own country? And the rest are telling Mr. President the truth. If this continue, it will lead to anarchy. When people cannot eat, they cannot sleep, they cannot do anything, what do you expect? Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, beautiful sisters?
We're fine. Thank you. Good morning.
I'm fine. You say you don't want them calling you barrister, and you spend how many years to study law?
It doesn't
My name
change.
is Mrs. Someza. Yeah, no. You are my barrister.
Mrs. Someza.
I don't have my mic. Before Swat will not take it now, she will say, go off your mic. I want to thank God that before now, we always call to say it's not easy. And another group will call and say, you are not objective. Why are you saying this? Is it because you did not support this government? But as I observe, I cover that I don't see people doing that. Instead, so many people will not say anything. They are just managing the situation. Where am I heading? Reps try to advise the government that times are really hard, and they should do the needful. I just hope that the president will listen. I'm not talking of the presidency now. I'm talking to the president, because truly times are hard. Quickly, on the issue of scooping fuel, I remember 1998, precisely October 18, in JC, what happened? Till date, we don't really know the true story of what happened. Some say somebody smoked cigarette and the pipeline went up. Somebody said they just went there, bust the pipeline, and were scooping fuel. Over 1,000 souls left this world that day. I was a bit younger, and I learned that anywhere you see that fuel is coming out, run for your dear life. But I hear people say that because of hardship, you are selling for 1,000 plus. That was why people went there to scoop fuel. Ma, your life is worth more than what you will get.
Exactly.
Because the bucket they are using, when you hit 2 buckets, before you know, it's highly flammable. I'm not blaming the people that are gone. I am now telling Nigerians to be careful. Please go to and read the story of what happened in JC in Delta State. We were very close then. I was following this as young as I was. So I learned it early. I'm only telling Nigerians, do not allow hardship to let you do anything bad. In conclusion, in Buhari, we learned that somebody took his life because of depression or hardship. I beg, Mokuna, no, take your life. It go better. And that is why I like Nigerians. We learn from our religion that it's going to be better. So please, I beg. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mrs. Omeza. And that's quite unfortunate, honestly. Hello.
Thank you, my sister. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine. Sister Barrister Swat, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. It's Obasanjo calling you from Amali, Niger State.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. A lot of issues. But let me ask this question, Barrister Swat. Do you ever enter a car that a blind man is the driver?
I wouldn't do that. What do you mean? I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Nigerians, we are inside a car, and the blind people are the drivers. The blind people are the drivers of this car. That is why, if that car got an accident, a lot of people will die. A lot of people will be injured. A lot of people, all their body will be break up. That is why you see a lot of issues in Nigerians. Why? Because the blind people are leading the country. You can see them as not blind, but they are blind in nature, in spirit. They are blind in spirit. They don't know the statistic of leading the people.
All right.
That is why day after day, people dying as if animals die.
All right.
The equally animal die, the equally human being die. The EFCC, we don't even know what type of organization is that EFCC. They are for Yahoo boys only.
All right, Amali. Thank you so much.
Not mine. Thank you.
Appreciate.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's take some comments on your reactions on Facebook. Good morning, Luke Demeraro. Thank you for watching. Augustine Paul says, my heart goes to the people who lost their lives to the tanker explosion in Jigawa. May God grant your souls eternal rest. Clems, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in on Facebook. Obunike Paul says, Minister of Power said Nigerians are and don't bother about 1,000 naira per litre because of steady supply of power. It's quite unfortunate. That's why I don't expect improvement from Nigeria's leadership, because the leaders are completely detached from the masses. And Mazu John Lasisi from Buhari says, fuel price hike, the hallmark of Nigeria's economic woes. I think that should be the most priority of the government. Nigerians are suffering and dying of hunger while the elites are living large. Which way, Nigeria? No more opposition group to checkmate governance in the country. Let labor union wake up to their responsibility. God bless Nigeria, he says. Okwando Obina says, even with Tinubu and Shetima in the country, Nigeria has not looked as if they were leaders over the nation. I'm not bothered by their absence of the duo. I think the federal government should stop explaining. On YouTube now?
All right, we have Mahmoud Mohammed. He said the president should remember the reckoning day. Every soul that is lost at this period of his government, he will account on the day of judgment. Hardship, hunger, insecurity is killing Nigerians. While Judewell Chima said, wow, kudos to Lagos State and Delta State government. Thank you for leaving your comments on our YouTube.
All right, now back to Facebook. Good morning, Anthony Emenogu. Thank you for watching. Also, Francis Namani says the death of 147 people in Jigawa State over tanker explosion was very unfortunate and so sad. While commiserating with the families of the deceased, I pray that God Almighty will grant your souls eternal rest. He sent that in from Amagunze. Comrade Aliyu Musa says, good morning. My condolences to the family of the people who lost their lives in the explosion in Jigawa State. Back to the phone lines now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Ladies, how are you?
We're doing good.
How is your family?
Very, very well. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the next president.
Okay, go ahead.
Honestly speaking, so pathetic for the incident that happened in Jigawa yesterday or the day before yesterday. I tell you, this is the multiplier effect of the hard economy that they are passing through. Because I cannot see somebody in his right frame of mind will be committing suicide. But because hunger is everywhere, majority or many people are not thinking well again. So this one go down to the presidency, to this administration, that life is being lost every day because of this economic hardship. And the finance minister is telling us that it's necessary, that is the only way, that is the only solution that they can make the economy better. And for me, that is a lie from the pit of hell. We have other numerous options that will make the economy better, will save money, and people will still be comfortable. Not putting people to this extreme end. So they should go and put on their thinking cap. They should go and live a lifeless life. They should begin to reduce their flamboyant life. That is the only thing.
All right.
You cannot subject people to this kind of things and you don't expect death. Many people are dying in the hospital. Go and check mortuary every day. So please, they need to change their mind, though. Otherwise, they are looking for anarchy, and we don't pray for that.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Final comments on Facebook is from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri, who says if safety of lives and property could not be guaranteed in this country, the whole essence of government will be defeated. Caution should always be the watchword while speaking on sensitive national issues, because politics does not mix well with national security, and politics can never be a substitute to national unity. All right, thank you so much for that one. Do we have more messages?
Yeah, I guess we have on WhatsApp. This one says, good morning. How are you and how's your night? Senior citizen Ayodele just sent in that one. Thank you so much. This says Labour stroke federal government on how to crash food price and transportation fare. Labour should shine their eyes, so they shouldn't avail themselves to be used by this government. Gwaza Max, I guess that's your message there. And to Innocent Indusi Alaji, he said President Tinubu during the campaign promised strongly that he will reduce our purchasing power by widening the tax net. He's delivering on his campaign promise, and we're complaining. I come in peace. That's Innocent. While good morning to you. My name is Sabi Boy from Kuchibena. Some people are here to give us medicine after that because they voted Tinubu in. The thing is, we have to start addressing the main problem, which is the voting process. While this is Pius from Puntaj in Asokoro. He said, please tell the Minister of Power that the statistics of the masses who are moving from one place to another by motorcycle, cars, etc. are triple than those using generators.
All right, to take a final call. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Emeka.
Okay, Emeka. You're welcome.
I greet both of you. Yes, I just want to, I don't want to be a bit emotional because what happened yesterday, in fact, when I saw that, when I heard the news and I saw it on the list, it was so pathetic. There's some are saying 90 from media, I reporting 140, but whatever happened, even one life matters. One black life matters. One white life matters. I don't know. The National Orientation Agency, Senate have already told them, do a kind of publicity that this is dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. Going to, even when the tanker is packed, don't go near it. Whether the fuel is leaking or don't go near it. It's inflammable. It's very, very dangerous. And then coming to Nigerian Labour Congress, since the day of Adams Oshomole, when he would, I'm talking about when he was still the Labour president, not now. When he was still the Labour president, that was when we had Labour.
All right then.
Labour, not now.
All right.
They're just like this thing that can bite back, but they cannot bite.
All right.
You should wake up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your comments. We'll take a quick break right now for the news at 7, and right after, we'll continue to take your reactions on the headlines for today on these various newspaper houses. Don't go away. This is still 95.1 Nigeria Info FM Abuja. Keep your messages coming through on WhatsApp 080-999-30137.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Everyone says